Judge Judy TV show changed how court shows worked. The 25 years of being the most popular court show, Judge Judy disappeared from TV. But Judge Judy didn't stop working. She started over and created something totally new. Where she is now and what she built will amaze you. In February 1993, Judy Sheindlin, who later became the famous Judge Judy, saw something important. She had no idea that what she saw would change her whole life in ways she never expected. In 1965, Judy passed a big test to become a lawyer in New York. Right away, she got a job as a company lawyer for a makeup company. But there was a problem. After 2 years, she realized the job didn't make her happy like she wanted. So she quit and decided to spend all her time with her kids, Jaime and Adam. Then, in 1972, she decided it was time to go back to work. But she wanted something that would make her feel good and not upset her. She heard about a job as a prosecutor in the New York family court from a friend and decided to try for it. Judy was really good and got hired. Judy soon became famous, and her tough way of doing things made New York Mayor Ed Koch give her a job as a criminal court judge in 1982. By 1986, she got a better job as the boss judge in the family court's Manhattan part. People said her way of giving justice was tough and sometimes mean, but Judy would always say that wasn't true. But it was that style that made her famous, and that fame made Heidi Gitlin tell her husband Josh to write about her. Josh, who worked for the Los Angeles Times, wrote a story about Judy and said she was a woman who wanted to make the court system work for regular people. That story did Judy a lot of good because it helped her get noticed by Kay Switzer and Sandy Spreeman, who worked for Rebel Entertainment, a company that helps famous people. They brought Judy to CBS, and CBS put her on a TV segment called 60 Minutes. The people watching loved her on the show, and Judy became famous all across America. Seeing how popular she had become, Judy decided to make money from it. So, she wrote a book called Don't Pee on My Leg and Tell Me It's Raining in 1996. After that, Judy quit being a family court judge after hearing more than 20,000 cases. What people didn't know was there was a reason Judy quit her job. Her time on CBS 60 Minutes made people want to see more of her. Rebel Entertainment and their workers had thought of a show idea like the People's Court and told CBS about it. They loved the idea, and so Judy was asked to be the judge of the court show that would be named after her. She said yes, but she wasn't happy with the show. She didn't get along well with her bailiff. She wanted someone else. But who? Judy remembered someone, and she picked up her phone. In 1995, Petrie Hawkins Bird read a news story about Judy's book, and he loved it. So, he wrote a letter to her and told her that if she needed a bailiff, he was ready to put his uniform back on for her. When his phone rang, he knew what his answer was going to be before she even finished talking. Just like that, Judge Judy was born, and it changed court shows on TV forever. Judy's friendship with Bird was amazing. He was the serious bailiff who didn't get emotional about the cases. He kept order when people in court wanted to fight, and was a calm person that people watching fell in love with. Fans were always excited to hear him say, "All rise," as each case was about to start. With that kind of friendship, Judge Judy wasn't just the most popular court show. It was one of the most popular shows ever. I'm sad how things ended between Bird and Judy, but we'll talk about that later. Judge Judy got 9 to 10 million people watching every day. It even got better ratings than the Oprah Winfrey Show many times too. At some point, the show was the highest rated show on all of daytime TV. How did it become the most popular show? We will talk about that soon. The show kept getting more popular. It got to a point that Americans trusted Judge Judy more than they did all the judges of the United States Supreme Court. But the people watching didn't just see Judy as a regular judge. They saw her as one of the greatest famous people to have ever lived. Shows that wanted to get more viewers always talked about Judge Judy. But even though people loved the show so much, the show still wasn't winning any daytime Emmy awards. But even without that, Judy herself was winning awards and getting honors from many places. Judy got a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in February 2006 and got put into Broadcasting and Cable's Hall of Fame in October 2012. The awards kept coming, and in April 2013, she won an award from the Vice Presidency of the UCD Law Society. But Judy wasn't happy. Tia wanted her show to win something. She got worried, but had to tell herself that the shows that won the award got canceled or ended. But even without winning, Judge Judy still had lots of viewers and didn't look like it would end. But that same year, in 2013, something big happened. After 15 times being picked for an award, Judge Judy finally won its first Emmy, and this started many more awards for the show. It won the Emmys again in 2016 and 2017. Judy herself kept winning awards, and in 2014, she won Mary Pickford Award from the Hollywood Chamber Community Foundation at the 2014 Heroes of Hollywood. But if you ask Judy, her biggest honor might be the Guinness World Records she won on September 14th, 2015. As the longest working judge or decision maker in courtroom TV show history, and as having the longest running courtroom show, tides the awards she won, Judge Judy was making a lot of money from the show. She made so much money that it was in the news. In early 2005, her paycheck was around $25 million per year. Because of this, her total money grew to $95 million. And she became the 13th woman on the Forbes list of the 20 richest women in entertainment. But not everyone liked how much money she had. Some people felt it was unfair for her to make that much, and judges who were working in real courts every day were making way less money. This wasn't the only bad thing people said about Judge Judy, but more of those to come later. Even though she had lots of money, Judy was tired, but she loved what she was doing and how much control she had over the viewers. So, when the TV studio decided to give her more money to $45 million per year, it made her love what she was doing even more. But there was something about this raise, though. The people watching still loved the show, and they liked that Judy gave them the kind of thing they would love to see in the real justice system. The viewers wanted people in court to get justice fast, without complicated rules, long waits, lawyers getting in the way, or long appeals. Fans loved how smart she was and called her a human lie detector because of her experience from years and years in family court. To them, Judy was a real hero of justice who beat bad people with final words. But not everyone felt this way. While many people liked her early Judge Judy episodes for being fair and patient, some fans thought Judge Judy wasn't as good a judge as many people said she was. They have even asked if she could lose her license to be a lawyer. They said she interrupted people in court, decided cases before hearing everything, or was mean to certain types of people. According to these critics, anytime Judy had to deal with people who were having money problems or getting government help, Judy got mean and dismissive. But what many didn't know was Judge Judy had a problem. As the seasons went on, Judge got meaner and lost that patience she had for people in court. The show was making money for everyone involved, and because of this, Judy didn't take breaks as much as she should have. There was even no way that she could have taken any break. The show paid people to come on, and depending on different things like how much time the people spent on screen, they could get as much as $500, which was the most money, or as low as $100. Some people even got around $250. This money comes after. The show gave them nice hotels in Hollywood with all or almost all their costs paid for during filming. Even when Judge Judy says someone has to pay money, the people who lost don't have to pay. The show does that for them. So many people allegedly come on the show and make up fights so they can get paid. It's why people who don't like Judge Judy have said the show brings fake drama instead of real problems. As people kept coming on the show, Judy couldn't rest. And in 2010, she thought about quitting. But she had a contract that was going to end. In 2014, she talked about quitting after her contract was over. But long before that time came, something terrible happened. On March 30th, 2011, Judy got on the set and everything seemed normal, except that she was really tired. Judy just went about her day like it was normal, but it wasn't. As they kept filming, the bailiff called a case and Judy was listening to the people, but as the court hearing was going on, everything went black. Judy had fainted right away. She was taken to the hospital. The doctors did tests on her and learned that she had a mini stroke. Still, Judy didn't quit. Instead, she made her contract longer and got more money that same year and was said to be the highest paid TV star. Things were so great for her that in 2014, she even got a spin-off show, which she called Hot Bench. She had no idea that this spin-off would put her in a big mess. Judy kept delivering her style of justice, and in 2017, she signed another contract to keep going till 2021. That contract brought her before-tax earnings to $147 million, and it brought other problems, which we'll tell you soon. With that salary boost, Judy forgot all about quitting and said the only way she was going to retire was when the viewers stopped being interested in her show. She still felt full of energy and loved her work, but she had an idea. But she didn't announce it yet and started to work on how to make her idea happen. While working on that idea, Judy kept being Judge Judy, and in March 2020, she announced what many fans were scared to hear. While she was on the Ellen DeGeneres show, she announced that the series would end on its 25th season anniversary, but her last days on the show didn't have the kind of goodbye she would have wanted. In 2016, Rebel Entertainment Partners Incorporated and its president, Richard Lawrence, filed a lawsuit for millions of dollars against CBS television distribution. He and his company said CBS was trying to cheat them of the money they made from the show, especially when it was their former workers, Kay Switzer and Sandy Spreeman. That brought Judy to CBS. Rebel said CBS paying Judy too much money was the reason CBS couldn't afford to pay them. They even said the show wasn't making as much money as CBS was trying to make it seem. Judy was caught in this mess of legal fights, and the woman who gave other people justice was accused of taking it unfairly from those who helped her. Judy and CBS were accused of not telling Rebel about other spin-off shows because they didn't want to share the money with Rebel. After years, both as a tough lawyer and a tougher judge, Judy wasn't ready to be pushed around. She defended herself from the accusations. She said Richard was being too greedy and not happy with getting over $17 million from her show. She even said he was a selfish person who, after they met before the show started, never called her or came to her for anything. She defended the amount CBS paid her and said it was because of how valuable she was to them. Was she really bringing that much value to CBS? The court agreed with her, and in 2018, it said that Judy was not overpaid and that she was a valuable person to CBS. But Judy didn't get away completely free. The court said she and CBS should have told Rebel about any spin-off shows. If you thought the drama was over, think again. Because, just like the Judge Judy show, there were much more twists to come. Rebel Entertainment and Richard weren't happy with the court's decision. They went to appeal, but CBS was tired of the legal drama. They had been showing legal dramas about other people for years, but wanted to be done with theirs quickly. So, in 2020, they went to Rebel Entertainment and gave them a deal. Rebel thought they had CBS where they wanted them and pushed for another lawsuit. This time, they included Judy as someone they were suing, but she had had enough. She wasn't going to make any deal with Rebel and also sued them back for $22 million and said they had unfair business practices. The battle was on, but Judy ran into a problem. The court told her to also sue CBS if she wanted to have a case. Judy was stuck between two choices, She could either push for the money she wanted or be loyal to CBS. She chose loyalty and lost her case. She didn't care. The California Court of Appeal agreed with the lower court that CBS didn't break any contract with Rebel. The court said that CBS was paying Rebel the amount agreed in their contract in the way written in the contract. But it turned out that Judy herself was asking for more money in her contract every 3 years. So she wanted more work, even though she felt overwhelmed sometimes. Now, she could enjoy her victory, but it didn't last. There was another lawsuit she had to fight with, and this time, old friends turned into enemies. Kay Switzer and Sandy Sprimman's trustee, Jay Robinson, sued Judy, CBS Corporation, CBS Studios, and Big Ticket Television. They said that as former workers of Rebel Entertainment, they were owed money for finding Judy. They said without that discovery and bringing her to CBS, there wouldn't be any Judge Judy. It wouldn't be the first time. The two would file cases like this, and Judy wasn't worried. She said the case was background noise, and it was. The court didn't find any good reason for it and threw it out in 2021. Those were not the only lawsuits that Judy was involved in. In March 2013, Patrice Jones, the wife of Randy Duthett, executive producer of Judge Judy, sued Judy. She said Judy bought valuable silverware and fancy dishes she owned by working together with her husband. It was becoming a messy situation, and Judy returned the silverware to Randy Duthett, who then gave them back to his wife. Judy was still involved in a couple of more lawsuits. And another that stands out is the one in March 2014. So, a lawyer named John Heyman used Judge Judy's picture in a couple of ads. A producer of the show noticed and right away contacted the lawyer that using Judy's picture wasn't allowed. But the lawyer didn't listen and kept making more ads. Judy didn't like this, so she sued. She said Heyman and his law firm used her picture in television ads without her permission and made. It looked like Judge Judy had personally said Heyman's legal practice was good. Heyman, however, wasn't backing down. He also sued back and said Judy had said bad things about him and his firm. According to him, local TV stations had asked him to be in promos to help promote Judge Judy's show, and he simply went along. But no one was buying that, and seeing that he was going to lose, Heyman went to Judy for a deal. He gave money to her charity, and Judy dropped the lawsuit. Seems like Heyman forgot how tough Judy could be. It's her toughness that led her to where she is now. After Judge Judy stopped being on TV, Judy wasn't about to go into retirement. What would she do with all that time? She had grandchildren who were older now, and instead of retiring to spend time with them, she created something with them. Before Judge Judy ended, Judy had a plan. She wanted to create a new courtroom show, a spin-off from Judge Judy that would work for different ages and be something the newer generations could relate to. She created Judy Justice. To do that, she needed the help of someone younger and decided to work with her granddaughter. But in trying to appeal to a newer audience, she decided not to do the new show with bailiff Bird. She told Bird that she couldn't afford to pay his salary. To surprise Bird, who thought that being there for a long time, Judy should have asked him first before making the decision for him. Bird was hurt, but accepted that it was time to move on, except that fans said no. It wouldn't be the first time Judy would do something like this to Bird. She never once treated him like a friend and kept him far away when the show wasn't filming. Bird didn't mind this, but during the first Emmy Award the show won, he felt sad. He and Judy didn't even sit in the same row. He sat 20 rows behind her, and when it was time to get the award, Judy let another person present the award to her. Fans noticed this, and they weren't ready to let her get away with that kind of attitude again. When the new show, Judy Justice, started, and fans noticed it, wasn't their favorite man acting as bailiff? They criticized Judy for what she did. Then the real reason came out. Judy didn't let Bird join her on the new show because she wanted someone who who could appeal to the newer generation. In doing that, she almost pushed away her main fans, realizing she had made a mistake. Judy Wright. Away brought Bird back, but with a twist. She offered him the job of the bailiff in another spin-off show, Tribunal Justice. So, where's Judge Judy now? She has become Judy Justice and is even bigger than before.